Welcome to Trial by Wine. We take a closer look at crimes that highlight how fascinating humans can be. Schmitty, Swanee and Clarky visit crimes and run them through their jury of three, debating both sides of the case to agree an appropriate, if totally fictitious, sentence. Please be advised, Trial by Wine may include explicit or disturbing content and will include drunken rambling. Listener discretion is advised. All right, how are we?
Not too
Very
bad,
well.
thank you. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Oh, you are good.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but other than that, I'm good.
Why is that?
Oh, because we finished Legally Blonde.
Oh, is it done?
It's done.
It's a rave
And
reviews.
Did you have a rap party?
We did. That's partly why I'm
That's
tired.
probably why you're tired. I was like, let's be honest, that's probably why you're tired.
In fairness, I actually went home at 12:30.
Was there no spa action either?
They didn't have a spa.
Oh,
I was exhausted and just almost beside myself and feeling a bit crook, frankly. And then I got home and we went straight to bed. Joey slept on the blow up. It was very much a theatre cast party, so we had to get home and blow up a mattress for him and get him in the sleeping bags. And he was on the floor next to me, so that was all right, except I said to him, this isn't blown up enough. Keep going. He's like, that'll do. And so, of course, as it goes down overnight, every time he moves, it's like blah, blah, blah. And then in the morning he said, I actually fell out at one point because it just wasn't stable enough.
God.
But, that was okay. And then I heard the others come home. I heard them come up the stairs and go into the house, and then I fell back asleep. And in the morning I said, what time did you get in? She goes, 5:30. Oh, I was like, she's the same age as me. I'm like, I don't know how she does it.
really?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have it. There's nothing that I've
Neither
got
do
left to
I.
say anymore. That's where I think I know that I'm old. It's like, even if I could do it, I probably could do it very rarely. It's more like, oh, fuck, I've got nothing left.
Well, I was
Nothing good happens
Nothing left
after
to give.
that time.
Yeah, exactly. I've got nothing left to, in terms of what I've got to offer. And I don't really care enough about anything else that's going on. If I'm not dancing, I'm not doing, I don't see the
Well, there
point.
was no dancing because it wasn't
there
that
you
kind
go.
of party. I got to this point where I was setting up two young boys and I thought, I've got to leave. That's it.
Oh,
I mean, they wanted to be set up and they were all for it, but I was like,
nice.
you boys, you know what to do. You don't need this gay icon helping you. You can manage it.
Love it. I'll leave it with you from here. Yeah.
You've got this, kids. You've got this. Yeah.
Did they hook up?
Oh, well, I don't know, but I got a text in the morning from one of them that said, well, he's definitely gay.
You're a legend.
But it didn't go any further. No, it didn't go any further. So I'm assuming maybe some kisses happened.
Oh.
And then the person he was talking about ended up staying in the same house as us. I didn't mention it in the morning. I said nothing. Oh, I know. So discreet. That's why I'm recording this about it on a podcast.
So discreet.
Anyway, you may have
so
noticed I've got a slightly tired, husky voice also, but I think it's just from general exhaustion. And then next week, I fly out to the UK. So I will have a very well-earned rest.
That is
How
exciting.
hungry are you?
How hungry am I?
Like, are you really being super strict? Are you on the Campbell's soup?
Not for 2 days. I haven't, but overall, I've lost 8 kilos since I started.
Congratulations, darling. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, I'm still on keto and I'm still being careful, but I'm not doing the Campbell's soup. Like, I'm too old for that. I can't. And not with a husband, because
you don't need to, right? For starters, and also you're quite right. You were going to see the, young beau at the back of the day.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, but nowadays, well, no, I didn't mean it like I don't have to maintain any sort of standards for my husband. I meant more. It's just very hard to diet when you're feeding someone else. Yeah. So in the old days, it was just me, and I was starving myself so that I could do the big reveal when I went over. But now it's a bit harder. But that's me.
Well, that's very exciting news.
Yeah. What about you kids? Anything?
Nothing much is going on. One of my children got accepted yesterday or nominated, I don't know, you put his name forward, to do an exchange in the UK. So Sebi's off to...
Oh, fantastic.
It's a school called the Tonbridge School in Kent. And he's going to go for
Wells or just Tonbridge?
No, it's not Tunbridge, it's Tonbridge, which is in Kent.
Right.
So T-O-N, not T-U-N. Because I always go to say Tunbridge. That feels right. Tonbridge sounds like I'm saying it incorrectly. But no, the school is called Tonbridge and it's in Kent. And so Seb will go over there for 8 to 9 weeks in term 2. And then in term 3, some kid will come and stay with us.
Brilliant.
No, that's not. That's terrible. But anyway, no one would want to come and stay with us. But there's a trade-off. But anyway, that's lovely news for Sebi and, that's pretty cool.
Well, historically, Tonbridge was actually spelled and said Tunbridge, just FYI, and it's just up the road from Tunbridge Wells. So there you go. So they must
Is
have
that
been-
really? That's confusing because I hadn't looked on a map yet.
Yeah, no, I just did map time while you were talking.
Oh,
Because
I can't believe I haven't done map time. It was crossing my mind last night.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
Tunbridge Wells is in Kent too, so let me just have
That
a
is
look-see.
confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, Royal Tunbridge Wells, if you don't mind. Not far from Rust Hall, Bellevue
very green.
Green, Horsemondon. I just think the names are, English names are silly sometimes, aren't they? I was just trying to look on the map to see what's the most ridiculous name. Crockhurst Street. I thought it said Cockhurst for a minute there, which I wouldn't put it past them. Anyway, it's a lovely spot.
Yeah, it's part of the world I really don't know. I've never
It's
really
a
travelled in
lovely
that direction.
spot. Yeah. I think he'll enjoy it.
I've only ever been your direction. Do you know what I mean? Or
You've only gone
everywhere. So
west.
west, really. Yeah, I know.
The Wild West. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys, what about you? Any news?
Zero news, lots and lots of work, and then after work we water gardens and mow lawns because it's that time of year where the grass just grows so fast. Anyway, that's us.
Well, I just did some watering myself, so I know what you mean. Well, then I suppose we should introduce ourselves. I'm Schmitty.
I'm Swanee.
And I'm Clarky. And together we are
Trial
by Wine.
And what are we drinking?
Oh, bottle of green.
You're back
the
on the San
fancy one,
Pellegrino.
though.
Yeah, I put some more in the fridge. That's more to the point. So,
Right.
the fact that actually
nice.
something's cold, we've got something to go. What about you guys?
We're on wine. We are having a Red Claw Pinot Noir from Mornington Peninsula. So
Very nice.
that's
Very nice.
exciting. I interestingly just ordered a case of Chardonnay
Oh,
from
right.
WA. So,
Whereabouts?
Thank you. That's a very good question. It's from Margaret River, but
Yeah.
it is Cherubino.
Oh, yeah. Larry Cherubino. Yeah.
That's him. Yeah, Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
Yep.
No, he's got there's like a wine, well, I guess it's a restaurant. Oh, no, maybe a bar actually. In Subiaco, there's a Cherubino on
right.
Rockaby Road that he's opened up. It's quite lovely, actually.
nice.
Lovely little food and all his wines. But no, he's very well known.
The write-up of his Chardonnay sounds just up our alley,
Oh,
so
cool.
to speak.
Yeah,
So,
I think you'll like it. I'll be intrigued
yeah.
as to what. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I generally hate Chardonnay, but there is a Chardonnay from the similar region in Margaret River by the Piero Estate, and it's called Fire Gully Chardonnay, and that is superb. Because I had a bit of a big weekend and I was a bit tired,
Yes.
I toyed with the idea of not actually imbibing today, and then I thought, whatever. So I'm having a mango raspberry.
Is this the new pack? Is this the new
I
package?
told you
That's
they've gotten
very
rid of the
I'm not
different.
bottles.
happy.
Yes.
I'm
They've
not
gotten
happy.
rid of the
Me
bottles. so now-
neither.
yeah,
That
okay.
looks like it's some English beer. It looks red and
Yeah,
white
it
from
does.
here.
Looks like Stella.
It's an orangey colour, but it's
It's Welsh or something.
I suppose it does look
Yeah.
like Stella, but it's a very slim can. It's the same amount.
I'll give you that.
Tastes the
Yeah.
same, but they've gone away from the bottles for some reason, and they've gone to these little cans. Probably because they
Not
can get more in a
convinced.
fridge. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe cheaper.
It looks less appealing.
No,
which
they're
is
not
possibly
cheaper.
a good thing. No, they're not. You would have
Probably
thought they would
cheaper to
be.
produce, but they're not cheaper
Yeah,
to,
that's what I
to
was
buy.
thinking, yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
nastier or are they
No, they're
just
delicious.
the same?
Yeah, lovely, lovely, refreshing wobbly pop. So who's got a story for us?
Mimi, I do.
Okay, crack on and let us know.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll start with my sources. So my sources are The Sun, aetv.com, abcnews.com, yahoo.com, m.live.com, Yahoo! and wndU.com. I just thought all of a sudden, Swanee, that I would start this story with the location, which I don't normally do.
Well, map time.
But
Right.
Map time.
it's from St. Joseph Township in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Is anyone good at a Michigan accent?
I wouldn't know what
No.
it is.
Okay.
What
Why?
show comes from Michigan that might give me a
Chicago.
clue?
I was going to call on your acting skills and voice skills to read out a sentence or to dramatically act
It's near
a sentence.
Kalamazoo.
It's Midwest, isn't it?
Oh, do you know a Kalamazoo accent?
K-A-L-A-M-A-Z-O, what a gal, a real pipperoo.
Just do it just like that. It'll fit right into context.
Yeah, that works, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep. For a 911 call, that should go quite
Oh,
nicely.
goodness. Okay.
Yes, it's coming at you from St. Joseph Township, Michigan. This story, I believe, will be going to air somewhere around New Year's Eve. So I thought I would give you a story that took place on New Year's Eve. But before I do, tell me, do you remember what you did last New Year's Eve?
Nothing.
I think we had
Nothing.
as well.
Nah, Mum had just passed away. It was pretty quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
We went to a
yes.
party up the road. Like some neighbours at the top of the hill had a party. We went to a party.
Did you make midnight?
Yeah, we did.
I usually make
nice.
midnight. I usually make to 5
Well,
past.
not much.
And then I'm out.
Probably. I reckon we probably made to. We might have made to 1 o'clock or something. I think there was a bit of dancing going on. Yes.
Are you generally team New Year's Eve? Like you enjoy it, or do you?
No,
No?
not really.
No,
It's
not really my
pointless.
thing.
You stay up for
Happy
no
to go
good
to someone's
reason.
house or happy to do something locally or low-key, but I wouldn't spend a lot of money to go out and do anything. I think, God, if you can't. I've never liked it, really.
I went into Melbourne with some people once to watch the fireworks because I don't know if they still do, but they used to set all these fireworks off on the Yarra.
Yeah.
And it's pretty spectacular, but you're fighting these crowds. You get in there, you've got to get your spot. You can't move from that spot. And then you're stuck waiting till midnight for something to happen. And then you've got to get out of town.
Home.
Yeah. It's just not
No,
something
thank you.
I
No.
once went to Trafalgar Square, long time ago, and it was exactly that. Too many people, crowded. My memories of it aren't very fond. We normally go to our friend's house who has beautiful views of
yes,
the park, and the fireworks are amazing. So it's really, really lovely. But yeah, I agree. The crowds can be horrendous. Anyway, this story is from New Year's Eve in 2018.
So fairly recent.
Fairly recent, yeah. It's approximately 11 p.m. and a 911 operator receives a call from a tearful woman saying, and Schmitty, if you want to pretend that you can do a Michigan accent.
Apparently the Michigan accent, it's all about saving time and making things easier to say. Like realtor.
Realtor.
Yeah.
Nuclear instead of nuclear. Nuclear.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think I'll struggle a bit. Unless the word nuclear is in it or realtor, then I think I'm going to be stuck. But anyway, tell me what the 911
Well, it's
call
not,
said.
but I reckon have a go at it. So I want you to do a tearful woman in your best Michigan accent. And I need you to say, I need help. My husband's been shot.
I need help. My husband's gone nuclear. He's been shot. Sorry, no, I'm taking the piss. I shouldn't do that.
Perfect. No, that'll do. Just fine.
My husband's been shot. I can't do it.
Nice. No, that's good. That'll do. So the caller was Kemia Hassell, whose husband, U.S. Army Sergeant Tyrone Hassell III, lay lifeless on the driveway, his body riddled with bullets. She was emotionally distraught as her husband lay dying. Tyrone Hassell was 23 at the time, and his wife was 22 years old.
Well, they're babies.
Yeah, they are.
Jeepers.
And she was also an active duty soldier, and they were both on leave for the holidays. They were staying with their nearly 2-year-old son at Tyrone's father's house in St. Joseph Township, Michigan. So, let me tell you a little bit about Tyrone. So, Tyrone Hassell III was born on the 23rd of August 1995 in Benton Harbor, Michigan. He received his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Grand Valley State University, and he enlisted in the U.S. Army, and in 2015 he met Kemia Martin, who also served in the Army. They met when they were at Fort Carson in Colorado, and their relationship quickly became serious. The two tied the knot on May the 17th, 2017, and later welcomed a son named Tyrone Hassell IV.
The fourth, surely.
Yeah, well, it is the fourth, but you know.
Yeah.
Whatevs. It's not my thing, naming people the same with just different numbers.
Okay.
Hence the deliberate disregard for the numbering.
For the. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. The family resided in Hinesville, Georgia. Tyrone was described as having a jovial personality and loved having a good time, whether he was playing pool, basketball, baseball, or taking care of his dogs. Tyrone enjoyed spending time with his family and friends, and he had a true zeal for life. So after he was killed, the family came together to help Kemia as she mourned, as you would expect. She would spend most of the day sitting on the couch, not moving, not going anywhere. So the police began investigating the murder, and they started by questioning Kemia, and she worked with them to try to find the killer. She confirmed that her husband was at a gathering in Benton Harbor. It was a family gathering, and had returned to his father's home in St. Joseph Township at about 11 p.m. to bring his wife some food. 11 p.m. is definitely munchy time, isn't it?
Yep.
if you're still up.
Yeah.
He was confronted there by an assailant who shot and killed him. However, she had no idea who would want her husband dead. The investigators had a couple of clues, as a neighbour had reported seeing a man getting into a black car right after the shooting. They checked out their leads, but they led to nothing. Then, 11 days after the killing, they received an anonymous call from a woman who claimed that her son was in the military and that he knew Kimia was having a relationship with another soldier. She didn't elaborate any further, but hinted that this could have been the reason for the killing. On that same day, 2 soldiers came forward to the Army's, Swanee, you might like this, Criminal Investigation Division, or CID. Reminds me of love a good acronym when it comes
not
to
JAG, because
criminal
JAG was the
investigation.
Navy, wasn't it? But
Yeah,
it
JAG is
the same
the
thing
one.
as JAG. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the Army version of. Yes.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they work together. I've seen an episode where they've had to cross
They would
court.
have to.
Yeah. So they've no doubt. I can picture. Is it Mark Harmon or something? I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've got him in
yes.
mind now.
So these 2 soldiers came forward and they were concerned about one of their friends. SPC, I was meant to Google
Baked
what
beans and
SPC
spaghetti?
meant in a military
SPC,
context.
baked beans and spaghetti.
And spaghetti.
Oh, the little human
human
beans.
beans. Jeremy Queller was the friend that they were concerned about, and he drove a truck on the base. So this is going to be bad. Haquan, maybe? Jaquan. Did you say Haquan?
Joaquin?
What is it? Is it Joaquin?
Well,
Was
it's not.
JAQ.
Joaquin,
What is it? JAQ?
Jaquan.
Jaquan.
Or Haquan, maybe?
No, it's Jaquan. I just looked it up.
Yeah, well, maybe it's Haquan.
Where's that? Where's it
no,
from?
Okay, so we'll go with Jaquan Hamilton.
Not sure, but yeah, it's
I'm going to
Jaquan
call him Hamilton from now because that's just going to be easier for everyone. He reportedly told investigators that he knew Kimia and Queller were in a secret relationship until he blabbed everywhere. On the back of this, the CID launched their own investigation.
Is this the friend they were worried about? We're worried about our friend. Yeah, I'm not sure that they're worried about him so much as they're dobbing him in.
Yeah, correct.
We're really worried about our friend. He's been
correct.
banging. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's good of you to worry about him.
Yeah, super worried. So on the back of this, the CID launched their own investigation, interviewing soldiers who knew Kimia Hassell and Jeremy Queller. This is where they heard that Queller had previously stated to a friend that Kimia was his girl and that Hassell had to go.
Oh.
They also spoke to Sergeant. His first name is TA''DARIUS. And I can't help but go, Tadarius. Tadarius.
Tadarius.
What a ridiculous name.
But yes, I'm sure it's something a lot less jazz hands than Tadarius. Sergeant Tadarius Golston, who said that he had sold 2 guns to Queller prior to the shooting. One of these guns matched the caliber of the gun used to kill Hassell. And they learned that Queller had allegedly told Hamilton that he had killed Hassell.
Who talk about it?
Who are these people who kill people and then go around telling people?
Shut your mouth, yeah.
Shut your mouth.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
Anyway, St. Joseph Township Police Sergeant Mike Lanier, who was investigating the case, was told that Queller was telling his best buddy that he did it, that he stood over him and put one in his head to confirm the kill.
This will be a quick crime.
And that was
so
it.
they went and
Job done.
arrested him, and that was it. Done. Yeah, well done. Great story.
Yeah. That's it. And that's it. Ta-da, Rias.
Tadarius. Thank you, Tadarius, for making it so easy.
He said that he had put one directly in his head, and one of the shots, as it turns out, was directly in his forehead.
Oh.
On the back of all of this, the CID put Queller under surveillance at his home near base. Queller's black Chevy Impala was searched, and investigators found 9mm ammunition and another 9mm magazine, which matched the type of caliber ammunition that was found at the crime scene. CID provided Michigan investigators with the plate of the car, and the Michigan team found out that the car was in the area during the time of the shooting.
Tidy.
Yeah, right? So, Swanee, to
tidy.
your point, Queller was arrested on January the 11th, 2019, but refused to speak with officers. That same day, back in Michigan, investigators brought Kimia back in for questioning. Kemia denied that she was involved with Quella multiple times, despite the officers confronting her, claiming knowledge of her affair with Quella. Kemia was asked to take a polygraph test, and she agreed. And
Yeah, but
she
polygraph
failed it.
tests are bullshit anyway.
We know that, but after being told that she was lying because of the polygraph test results,
She said, "Okay, fine. Tadarius, I'm lying."
she was interviewed again and finally confessed.
Oh.
And again, as people do when they confess, in my mind anyway, they sing like a canary.
Mm-hmm.
Kemia opened up to investigators, not a canary down the coal mine.
Coal mine,
they don't
yeah,
sing
they don't
very
sing.
much.
They're very quiet.
They lie like a canary down a coal mine. She was lying like a canary before this. Now she's singing like one. So she opened up to investigators and admitted that she had an affair with Quella and gave details about her role in her husband's murder.
Oh.
She signed a police document admitting to plotting to kill Sergeant Hassell and was arrested on January the 12th, the day of her husband's funeral.
Yuck.
Like, how messed up.
Mm.
Needless to say, the Hassell family were in shock. Ashanti Hassell,
We're not best pleased.
Yeah, right. But Ashanti Hassell, a victim's stepmother, said she couldn't believe it. I like this. She was kind of angry because she sat there with Kemia and they catered to her for 12 days. That's not the words I would use if I was her.
What are the words that you would use?
Sorry, if you were a shanty.
Yeah.
If you were a shanty.
If I was a shanty. So I was kind of angry because I sat there with her and we catered to her
I'm a
for
bit
12 days.
miffed. Yeah.
I'd be fucking furious.
She sounds like she's English. You know, when the English people,
Yeah,
underplay
yeah.
everything. It's like this polite understatement kind of thing. Oh, I'm a little bit miffed means you're absolutely furious.
Yeah, and it says a lot that she speaks like that. I think a lot of her personality, which is obviously, well, I assume is very nice and very kind. While in jail, Kemia called her mother and admitted to the plot to kill her husband. The conversation, which
Recorded.
to anybody who's making phone
recorded, of
calls
course.
from jail, was recorded by the
Of course it
jail
was. Yeah.
and used as evidence in her criminal trial. Prosecutors would also use cell phone records that they said showed Quella and Kemia were communicating in the hours leading up to the shooting. Testimony from witnesses at the trial confirmed that Quella was actually married as well, but it wasn't his wife that testified. Another woman, Titania Butler, claimed to have been sexually intimate with Quella, said he told her about his relationship with Kemia Hassell and his plans to kill her husband. Stop talking smack about yourself, mate. Like, you're going to get yourself into trouble.
God.
She says she told him it was a bad idea when he told her about the murder plan. I told him I thought it was a stupid idea, said Butler. I felt like it was stupid because he has a child. And then with having a wife was like, that's very dumb on y'all's part.
Kill him just because he was having an affair with Kemia.
We would kind of get to that, so I won't tell you just yet.
Okay, but at the moment, the working assumption, which may well be incorrect, is just based on the fact that he was having an affair or had an affair with Kemia. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Okay,
but maybe he was violent or something. Anyway, we'll see.
So she's saying it's very dumb on y'all's part.
I doubt it. He's in the army.
But he said, "This is the way it's going to be. We are going to carry out the plan." Sorry, Swanee, I was so focused on saying that line that I didn't laugh enough at doubt it he's in the army. Oh, goodness. According to the prosecution, Jeremy Quella and Kemia Hassell plotted Tyrone Hassell's murder to collect the Army's $400,000 life insurance benefit.
Oh, life insurance. It's always life insurance.
They also wanted to be able to continue their romantic relationship. Kemia, lovely lady that she is, had told police she was unhappy with her marriage to Tyrone. However, she didn't want to go through a divorce as she would not have received any life insurance money. She also told police, right? She also told police she spent months plotting Tyrone's murder.
Fuck, she's bright as a button, isn't she?
She and Quella began planning while they were deployed in South Korea between February and October 2018. When I say they, I mean Kemia, Quella, and Tyrone.
Oh, well,
he was there as well.
In Korea.
They're all
in.
All right. Yeah.
They're all in South Korea, right.
Kemia and Quella communicated via Snapchat, believing that police wouldn't be able to trace them because of the app's temporary messages. Note to everyone who thinks like these people.
True. Yeah.
Not true. So the Hassells and Queller were,
Same with
were once
voicemails.
assigned.
Same with SMSs.
Yes.
Anything that you've got a digital record on. And just your call records too. Yeah. FYI.
Yes. What was that communication platform that the police actually set up so that all of the druggies and criminals would communicate via it?
Yeah, I think I
and they kept a record of it. So everyone thought it was this super deep, dark web communication app. And then they just stung everyone who had been communicating via it. Australian cops, FBI created backdoor chat app. So yeah, it was called a nom, and it wasn't.
Wow, it was anything
It wasn't
but
a nom. Yeah, it was an anomaly. I reckon plenty of people would have thought, "Oh, it's a nom. It must be really anomalous."
Wow, that's extraordinary.
There was nothing anomalous about it.
Never heard of it, but that is very, very intelligent in some ways.
Mm.
Operation Trojan Shield. Mm.
Oh, there you go.
That's a condom, a Trojan shield. That is a brand, right, isn't it?
Trojans are a brand, yes.
Trojan Shield, that is brilliant.
So
right, yeah.
That is brilliant.
Okay.
Trojan sheath would be the only other thing that I could think would.
Oh, goodness.
I nearly had mango chutney go through my nose at that. Sorry. Taking a sip just as she said sheath. Oh, sheath.
You couldn't come any closer at Trojan sheath.
Can't come at that.
No.
Kemia Hassell said that Jeremy Queller went to Michigan 4 times between December 19 and December 31, 2018. During that time, the two attempted to plan the murder. Kemia also admitted to detectives, "I'm just as guilty as he is." She claimed to have given multiple updates to Queller about Tyrone's whereabouts so he could gun the victim down.
She's fabulous. Thank you, Kemia.
Yeah, quality human.
Is she still trying to keep Jeremy happy or something? I mean, she sounds ridiculous.
Oh, we'll get to that. So Kemia's attorney, Chris Kessel, contended his client was coerced by Queller into going forward with the murder plot. So, they're lovers that to the point where they want to be together forever and they don't want to miss out on the money. So the best thing they can do is kill someone.
Yeah, fair enough.
But as soon as they get caught, their stories change. So there's no doubt in Chris Kessel's mind that had Kemia never met Jeremy Queller, this would never have happened.
Oh, yeah, because otherwise she would have been such a faithful, adoring wife.
She sounds like she's been perfect up to this point.
Yeah.
So this is what he said during the trial. However, no one lapped any of that up, and Kemia was convicted on July 18, 2019 of first-degree premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. On August the 29th, 2019, she was sentenced to life in prison without parole. After the jury's verdict was delivered, the victim's father, Tyrone Hassell Jr., so there's obviously Tyrone Hassell, Tyrone Hassell
then
Jr.,
third, then fourth.
Tyrone Hassell the third, Tyrone Hassell the fourth.
I didn't realise
Junior
that
would be the fourth, I think. Oh, no, his father, did you say?
No, Junior's the second.
He's the father, he's the second.
There's Tyrone Hassell Jr., Tyrone
Which
Hassell
would be the second.
Tyrone Hassell the fourth.
Yeah, so
correct.
The junior is the second. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Why don't they have Junior instead of third or less
JJ?
Junior? He said that hearing recordings of Hassell's confession during the trial was difficult, and that's Kemia. He did not hear any sympathy in her voice. He said she's the devil.
Oh, thank goodness he finally woke up. He was being very polite there
It was
again.
the mum.
It was even then he goes, it's very difficult. It's like, oh, was it?
Quite difficult.
Being very polite,
yeah.
Now it sounds like he's getting a bit of venom in there. Good.
I don't disagree with him. I just, The victim's father described the mixed emotions surrounding the case. Prior to the murder, he believed his son and daughter-in-law had a good marriage and he loved her as his own. He spoke of the pain of seeing someone you first cared for hurt you so bad. Kemia's defense attorney, Chris Kessel, again, said after the trial ended Thursday that he was disappointed with the jury's verdict. There was a very large amount of evidence against Kemia, he said. Some of that came from herself. That's a very big burden to overcome. What? You want to overcome the facts? Much of the prosecution's evidence was Kemia Hassell's own statements. Without those statements, it would have been a very, very different case, he said.
So without her
telling what happened,
without the facts,
she might have got away with it.
Confessing, this would have been much easier for me to defend.
Had she not done it, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, correct.
No, but it's
And
kind
then-
of like he's protecting his own reputation.
Reputation.
Yeah, I
100%
can get
he is.
everyone off, but she's actually said that she's guilty. So
Well,
you
I
know,
can't get
Yeah.
someone off when they-
I don't want this on my record. You know, I'm
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
fabulous at what I do, but this has not helped. The fact that she's actually just admitted she's guilty.
Maybe don't take the case
Yeah.
then, idiot.
Mm.
Yeah, right. So the attorney reiterated what he said during his opening statements on the first day of the trial, saying the case was a tragedy. He said he hoped the jury would have seen that Queller was running the show and that he was behind the army sergeant's death. Queller, on the other hand, was held in custody on a $2.5 million bond. At his trial, Queller, who was 25, admitted to shooting and killing Army Sergeant Tyrone Hassell III, or Junior, on New Year's Eve 2018. Queller created the murder plot with Tyrone's wife, Kemia, and confirmed the two were having an affair. The judge accepted Queller's plea agreement and sentenced him to a 65-year minimum to 90-year maximum prison sentence.
Whoa.
Meaning he'll be 90 years old before he's eligible for parole. That's
All
a
right.
big sentence, isn't it, on the back of some that we've heard?
Yeah.
It is, yes. I think it just depends on what judge you get, really.
And how judgy the judge is.
Yes.
Be judgy.
Whether
That one
they're
was
wearing their
very
judgy
judgy.
pants or not.
That one was very judgy.
He was judging, yeah.
He was super judgy. So Queller said, I want to apologise to the family again, sincerely. I was a fool for just taking her words and not really looking to see who he was, Queller told the victim's family in court. I also want to apologise to the army. It was the best thing that happened to me. It was stupid and that's not me at all. I was raised right. I just had issues with my own demons. I know we all do. But what she was telling me, I opened up to her and she played on it. I shouldn't have opened up to her. I was a fool for trusting her. Now, what I'm reading into this is that if there was such a thing as a magic pussy defense, Queller is using
That
it.
would be it. Yeah.
Ah.
He said it was love and not the $400,000 in insurance money that Kemia would have received that made him do it. He also admitted to trying 6 times to kill Tyrone
Oh, come off it. Okay. All
The army
sympathy's
training's
over.
terrible.
and explained how Kemia's rejection that night led him to carry out the murder.
Yeah. No.
He said he wanted to see her and she didn't want to see him.
She said no thanks, so he shot her husband.
He got angry because he hadn't seen his own family in a year and Kemia had him out here trying to do this and she doesn't want to see him.
Well, maybe
He said
because
he
it might make her complicit in her husband's murder. Fucking hell, mate.
He said he was angry and he said that's why it was so many shots. What I'm reading into that is she's trying to get him to kill him. He's away from his family in Michigan trying to find a way to make it happen. Goes to do it 6 times, doesn't quite happen. Then he wants to catch up with her and she says, mate, we're not catching up till the job's done.
Yeah.
And he cracks it and kills him, but
Gets on with the
kills him
job.
in anger. Sergeant Hassell's mother, LaShonda Jones, told the court she's now forced to listen to videos to hear her son's voice. As she spoke, Queller let out an expletive-filled outburst and began crying. LaShonda said, I feel like God is working on him. And when I heard the outburst, that lets me furthermore know that God is working on him. So I'm glad he said something, she said after the sentencing. Does that make sense? It's a lot of...
No.
So,
I don't
yeah.
know.
He's showing remorse. By making that sound,
Oh.
God is working on him in that he's
Okay.
showing some remorse.
Correct.
Okay.
God,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. God's got a
God's
project
getting-
now which
God's
is
getting
trying
onto
to
him.
improve Queller. Yeah. So at the time, Berrien County Chief Assistant Prosecutor Steve Pirangelli said, justice was served, but we still lost. The army lost a good soldier, and Tyrone's father lost a good son. Pirangelli said he was satisfied with the verdict, which came after about an hour of deliberation, but it was incredibly bittersweet because Hassell was a family man, friend, and good soldier. Kemia's statement to police, a recorded phone conversation with her mum from jail where she confessed, and records of Snapchat messages between her and Queller were the major pieces of evidence presented in the case.
I mean, they've arrested her on suspicion effectively, and she just goes, "Bleh," and just spews it all out.
There's a lot of blabbing in this case. They both blabbed. In July 2020, Queller attempted to withdraw his guilty plea. However, the Michigan Supreme Court denied his request in August 2021.
What was the basis of him trying to withdraw it? Did you know?
Well, I don't know that there was one. Probably just that he wanted to. And so they said, oh, yeah, good for you, mate, but that's a hard no from the Supreme Court.
Right.
Keamia, no, I don't know, but I'm assuming. Keamia also petitioned for a new trial on the grounds that she was a victim of battered woman syndrome.
Oh, there it is.
And he alluded to this back in his comments when he was saying that he blindly believed her kind of thing rather than getting to know the bloke. So I think she might have been sprouting a little bit of that to him at the time. The Michigan Court of Appeals denied her appeal in November 2022.
We are assuming clearly that he was not violent towards her and she just made it up. There's no evidence. And nothing corroborates that.
No. I think that was her story to find someone to kill her husband so she could have the cash. So Tyrone Jr. said his son should be remembered by the community as a hero. You want your kid to be better than you, he said, and Tyrone accomplished that. So the son, Tyrone Jr., or
Four.
Tyrone, currently juniorist. Tyrone 4, correct, yes.
The son.
Tyrone the 4th, whatever we should say, lives with Keamia's mother, and the Hassells see him via video calls. And that concludes my story of military murder and magic pussy.
Oh.
Over to you both.
There were some difficult names in that one, wasn't there?
There were. It was actually hard to follow. I'm like, who?
There were so many like crazy names. Even like the one that you mentioned, one of the like prosecutors I think at the end. It was a mouthful.
Kessel, not Hassell, and I was like, what?
Oh yeah, Kessel and Hassell was a hard one.
Kesselhoff and Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
She just sounds a bit off. And she doesn't sound terribly bright either. Like she just sounds like she was like, oh, I've got a problem. Let's just kill him. Get him out of the way, get my money, we can be together.
I think you're right.
You know, he hit me. It's just...
I'm not comfortable with the 6 attempts before killing. You know, like
what? Because they were so bad at it?
No, more just that gives you ample opportunity to think, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Maybe if I've missed or not been able to do it 6 times, that is, you know, the universe saying, this is a bad idea. And it should keep going. So with the 7th go that he killed him, I'm not comfortable with that. And I don't care how much magic pussy you think she's got. Magic pushy. I don't care. I think there comes a point where he really could have thought differently. And so I think he's just as culpable.
Yeah, what I read into the attempts were not necessarily, you know, he shot and missed or he tried to run over him.
He tried to find him or snuck up on him or something.
A car got in the way.
Yeah.
No, I reckon it was like, you should do it now. And then he went, actually, I'm not going to do it. And so it was like, I think he...
But you read into that. You don't know that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't. But I think that that's what's happened. He's gone to do it and gone, nah, for whatever reason, tonight's not the night. And I think it's one of those cases where she's getting more and more frustrated with his inability to carry out her demands. And then when he finally did it, it was because he snapped because she shut the clam, so to speak.
Oh, for God's sake. Just that one night, though, she shut the clam.
Well, it could have been an escalating shutting. I don't know. But I think, you know, he's just gone, you know what, I'm angry now. And I don't know why the anger led to murder, not to separation. You know, that doesn't make sense to me. They really are.
I was looking at a photo of them. They're like...
They're both so young. Yeah.
Teenagers, really, you know, they're not, but they're early 20s, something.
Not far out of teenager.
No, like they're dressed like teenage. Like the whole thing is they've probably gone off to the army to try and make a decent start, you know, and get a little bit ahead in their life. But no.
It seems to me like there's just a whole lot of good people around Tyrone, his family, even I think Keamia's family. I didn't really get a sense that there was any kind of horrible backstory. It was just, Swanee, you use this word sometimes. I don't know if I'm using it out of context, but just so base. Like as far as murders go, like what?
There's nothing building. There's no big thing. It's just an affair. They happen all the time. You know, it's like, really, did you need to go to that extent? And I mean, just to be clear, because we haven't touched on this, she's a mum of a very small child.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
And, she's not thinking like someone who's like, she's just not thinking. She's like, we'll just get rid of him. Maybe we should go get jobs in like life insurance, like when people claim policies. I can ever say, yeah, right, sure thing. Let's have a look at that, shall we?
Yeah.
Just always assuming they're all bullshit artists. Yeah.
I'm going to need proof of that.
I'm going to need a little bit of time to have a look through this, if you don't mind. I'm sure you're not in a hurry. Oh my gosh, what a crazy job that would be.
Wouldn't it? My God.
The amount of times it comes up. It's like, I can't believe that they're still sold in the way they are in some respects, given how often they lead to something so sinister happening. Just crazy.
Schmitty, you don't sound at all convinced with any of this, and you sound like you're looking to pay out on someone.
No, I'm not unconvinced. I was just thinking about insurance policies and thinking you're better off leaving it to your parents, hoping, because if you die early until they've passed, and then you've got to find something, you like never leave it to your partner or someone who is in a position to murder you.
Yes.
It's just whoever, or just don't tell whoever the beneficiary is so that they can't get the money. Rather they don't know that they'll get the money, so it doesn't give them an incentive to knock you off.
I think I've got like a sentence for Kemia. Well, I haven't really thought about Jeremy. I think Kemia needs to get the money. I think she needs to have all of it in $1 bills, and it can sit around her in her cell and she's totally unable to use it. And as a result of it, there being so much cash around her, she can't see out to see where her, I don't know, was it a boy or a girl, her child is. She's just blinded by money. A boy, was it?
Of course, the fourth.
Yeah, I forgot
Tyrone Hassell the fourth.
Rather significant and pointed detail. Sorry about that. I did know that. But, I think that maybe in reality, Tyrone Hassell the fourth gets the money and is able to have, in a trust fund for him to go to college or whatever else when he's old enough, because he's had a nice and solid and caring upbringing with both sets of grandparents, if that's, as it works, so that he has a healthy relationship and knows that he's loved and cared for. And, he's so young, he won't remember his mum being on the outside anyway.
No, but it's pretty hard.
And
It's
pretty heartless of me.
Now, what happened was that your mother's in jail because she killed your dad. That's going to have some
quite often,
horrendous impact on him. Yeah.
But, she couldn't prioritise him. She couldn't prioritise him when he needed
and
to. And
$400,000.
All for money.
Not even
Let
enough.
us sit in it.
Yeah, if you're going to go to the lengths of knocking someone off, in my mind, it's got to be a $1, $2, $3 million policy. It's just not worth it.
It doesn't go far these days anyway.
No, I know, but it's $400,000. It's not going to go very far.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's why she didn't spend much time planning it, because it wasn't enough money to
waste
plan well, which is why they got caught so easily.
I think in America, where were we the other day? I was doing a case. This was the last time, and there was a house involved. Can't remember. I looked up the address, and it was on sale. Last time it was sold, but the houses in the same area were valued at about 200 and something thousand. Oh, it was the one where they had the basement, where he kept the guy who kidnapped the 3 girls, 5 girls, whatever. Yeah. But that house was quite a large block of land, and I looked it up, and that was a couple of $100,000. So maybe 400,000 is more than we realise. Wouldn't go very far in Australia because our cost of living is through the roof.
I mean, we have places where you can buy a house for 400,000.
US, what's that for us? 600,000.
Oh, yeah, about that. Yeah,
it's still not enough. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know what to do from a sentence perspective. I'm kind of happy with that they're both locked up and kind of justice has been done. They're so dumb. It's just they're just so dumb that you kind of think almost like you were going to end up somewhere like that at some point because you're going to do something dumb like that. I feel sorry for their families.
Sandwiches short of a picnic.
I feel sorry for Tyrone's family. I feel sorry for her family, and even old Jeremy. I feel sorry for them. No one wants that shit in their family.
Do you believe that Jeremy is, he's played the magic pussy card or whatever you want to call it? Do you really believe that was there anything more about his character to suggest that, that he was not?
He was having an affair as well, and he had a child, so he's not in the clear. It's not that she's led him on or that
No, but he's gone down this defence of saying I was coerced to do this.
Yes, yeah.
And the question is, was he really? And I'm not convinced he was.
Yeah, but also she's gone down the path of saying that it wouldn't have happened without. Had she never met him,
they were just
it
the
wouldn't have
perfect
happened.
storm when they met. They were just
like
the perfect storm. Yeah,
It was just. It wouldn't have happened with anyone else. It was just we couldn't help ourselves.
Our passions were flame.
What were Romeo and Juliet?
Star-crossed lovers.
Star-crossed lovers. That's what I was thinking there. Yeah, God, if you weren't star-crossed lovers, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, what a shame. The cards were really stacked against them, weren't they? It was always bound to end up with them murdering the husband. Yes.
An innocent person who had no reason for it, who came from a beautiful family, blah, blah, blah. Just foul.
Awful.
So I think there should be something very nice for the victims around it.
And I hadn't really thought about Jeremy's child either, so that was all.
God. Nor his wife, There's
and his
that
parents,
side of it as well.
Terrible.
I do agree with you, though, Schmitty. I think that the justice system worked quite well. I don't understand enough the difference between life imprisonment that she got and him getting 65 years to, as a minimum,
the
and
minimum
90 years as a
term
maximum.
for life is. Does she got life with parole or no parole?
I think no parole.
See, that's quite surprising. Normally,
I
it'd
reckon
be
65
should be paroled in 15 to 20 years. But
yeah, that's what I think she got a lighter sentence than he did, and it seems like it's significantly lighter if I understand it properly.
Well, life is 25 years, I think, is when you get paroled.
I'm happy with her getting first degree, and I'm happy with her getting first degree without parole. I just don't know if that means life without parole. I don't know if life without parole means 25 years or
no, it means nothing.
Forever.
They can only be released if the governor commutes or pardons their sentence.
Right, which would be the same then for him with his 65 to 90.
Yeah. So
why don't they just?
Why don't you just give them both life anyway? There we are.
Yeah, complicated.
So, have you got anything further, or are you happy with where we ended?
I'd probably think it would be okay to commute them and their future lives to chronic stupidity, but
they've already
got that.
So
it really just seems like fair dinkum Beavis and Butthead decided to kill someone.
Maybe a better sentence would be for them to get better educated and to think to the point where they think differently and they realise how dumb they were and how they've wasted their whole lives and how horrific what they've done is, so they can actually really suffer in jail.
Yeah. Because there's something about it that just, there's the, I guess, the humour side of, my God, how dumb are they? But honestly, what they've done is unforgivable, and they weren't in love so much, because the minute they got caught, they turned on each other. They're just foul.
Okay, well, that was a depressing one. Thanks very much. And I thought it was going to have another twist. I really did think that it was going to be this all happened and lie detectors and then she did it, but no, she didn't do it. And anyway, but it didn't have a twist. It was bass. It's all about the bass, about the bass, no treble. Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much for that. And as we say every week, miss you already.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Trial by Wine. You can contact us at trialbywine@gmail.com. Please rate, review and subscribe to Trial by Wine on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support us, you can become a patron at www.patreon.com, Trial by Wine, or visit our website www.trialbywine.com to donate to us. Your support will help us cover many more cases and apply wacky sentences. We really appreciate you listening and hope you tell everyone about us. Our cover art is by John Christo and music is by Beauchamp from pixabay.com.